2026 still has lots of VR epicness to come. Next month, we could see the release of Valve's new VR headset, the Steam Frame. Star Citizen steps ever closer to becoming a native VR game, especially with the latest update 4.8. And I know some of you aren't fans of this game, but I personally love it in VR. And when 6-off controls happen, I might get lost for weeks. But in today's video, I wanted to talk about 10 new VR games I'm excited for, and I think all of us should be looking forward to, still to come in 2026. Starting with my own most anticipated VR game, Gunman Contracts. As we get ever closer to this game's early access release, the more I see of it, the more I want to play it. And with more and more of you on this channel getting into PCVR, especially with the earlier mentioned Steam Frame release, I have a feeling we're going to see a massive influx of developers coming out with Steam Frame verified versions of existing VR games, plus we'll hopefully get some new games, and it'd be great to have games like this for PCVR players to test out their new VR hardware. Gunman will release with at least 2 contracts to get us going in early access, and the developer AMB Seth is also going to be adding a challenge takedown mode. This lets you set up an arena with a selectable number of enemies. You get to make up your own loadout and then play on various difficulties, and it's some nice replayability once we've played the hell out of the first 2 contracts. If you're new to this channel and don't know what this game is about, you play a professional hitman known as the Gunman. You have a large arsenal of weapons that are very much inspired by the John Wick films, and there's even a bow. Gunman looks to deliver some very immersive first-person action in VR, with very satisfying death animations and real bullet impact physics. Next on my list is Exoshock, and for clarity, I am working directly with the developers to help make this game the best it can be. There are tons of current updates that are happening for the Founders Edition, which we launched last month, and the current player base are absolutely loving it. Right now, no other VR game delivers an intense run-and-gun VR experience like this one, seeing you and your team complete contracts by boarding starships, collecting intel, and extracting high-value targets, and there's much more to come. Visually, it's already amazing, especially if you can handle the gun shake cam in VR, and the future roadmap includes multiplayer, a progression system, and tons of new features to keep players coming back. The Founders Edition is $12.99 right now, and the cheapest Exoshock will ever be, and this will eventually give you full access to the game and all its features. It'll be fully playable on flat screens, and it's coming to all VR headsets. I'll leave a link in this video description if you want to check it out right now, either on Quest 3 or Steam. Next up, we have an officially licensed VR version of Payday coming to VR with Aces High from Fast Travel Games, and this is coming to Meta Quest 3 and PCVR via Steam. Plan the job, stack your tools, and roll out with up to 3 players online, where every heist is built around teamwork, which will encourage working together and coordinating in real time. Each character in the game has different roles or skills, and you must react together if situations change mid-operation. You have an arsenal of weapons that keeps growing as you progress, made up of assault rifles, SMGs, shotguns, pistols, plus gadgets like the grapple gun and sentry guns. At the end of each mission, you get to spend your hard-earned cash and reputation points to unlock new skills and gear. This is coming from one of the longest-serving VR studios, and I have very high hopes for it.
Playing, folks.
Next up in today's video, we have Automa VR, and this is coming to all VR platforms at some point in 2026, and after playing it in early access on the Quest, I came away massively impressed, not only with the graphics, but the interactions, which seemed very realistic and graphically impressive for standalone. Automa is a Half-Life Alyx inspired dystopian story-driven action-adventure. It's set in the near future where fears of AI misalignment are beginning to come true, and its autonomous forces have taken over a Southwest Asian city. If you haven't seen my hands-on gameplay, I'll leave a link in this video's description. The combat at the time definitely still needed work. This was a couple of months ago, so overall I'm still hyped to play more. Next up, we have a game that I've spoken about a few times on the channel called Remanent Protocol. This game is meta-funded, and they are a publishing partner for the VR side of the game, and it's coming to Quest and Steam with early access hopefully coming soon. In Remanent Protocol, you'll be part of a rebel alliance called the Eponymous Remanent, and you have to take down the oppressive empire. You'll be in the cockpit engaging in dogfights, but in between the campaign missions, there will be some strategy elements. You'll be doing research, plan manufacturing, gathering intelligence, recruiting pilots, forging alliances to then set off as a group to take on the next mission. The developers have said this will be a living, breathing universe filled with procedurally generated missions combined with a dynamic storyline. After 10 years, one of the most well-known PCVR gun games is back with Hotdogs, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades 2, and it's coming again to PCVR via Steam, but also to MetaQuest 3 and Quest 3S. You get dropped into the role of the Handy, a sentient hot dog tactical operator, and you have to fight through an endless procedurally generated mega structure called the Facility. You must loot gear, extract, upgrade your arsenal, and do it all again. It's a tactical extraction roguelike with the best gun handling in VR, with improved physics, sound, and realistic hand and finger posing while using controllers. The last game is all about physics scenario and messing around with cool weapons, but the sequel seems to have more actual gaming content with intense runs, daily challenges, leaderboards, and of course the amazing gun range. It's the original's sandbox freedom mixed with deep progression and a proper story, so overall I'm pretty excited to check this one out. Next up we have Postal 2 VR. This is the full virtual reality reimagining of the cult classic open world sandbox shooter. You play as the postal dude in the bizarre town of Paradise, Arizona. The core loop is the same as the classic game, where you have a week to run mundane errands where you can buy milk, return library books, get a haircut, but things quickly spiral into absolute mayhem. For the VR version, we can expect manual weapon handling, gesture-based NPCs interactions, so you can wave, point, stick your middle finger up, or do other interactions that affect how NPCs react, physics-driven chaos, interactive elements, and absurd weapons, including the infamous cat silencer. Plus, there's an overhauled VR UI with a proper inventory and a minimap designed for headsets. It's a single-player experience focused on player agency and unpredictable AI reactions. You can choose to be a good citizen or burn down the town, and it's coming to MetaQuest, Steam VR, and PlayStation VR 2, currently set for October this year. Next up, we have Guardians Planetfall, which is VR's answer to Helldivers from the developers behind Guardians Frontline. Planetfall is a 4-player PvE co-op shooter with procedurally generated worlds, mechs, and bugs to stomp. Plus, they are bringing the very cool map editor from Guardians, which means community maps for everlasting content. Now, I personally think this trailer looks awesome, and this is still due to be releasing in early access at some point this year for MetaQuest 3, Quest 3S, and PCVR. The Mighty 8th VR is an upcoming full-crew co-op VR simulation from Microprose, and this puts you inside a highly detailed B-17 flying fortress during the World War II strategic bombing campaign over Europe. You and up to 9 friends, or AI, fill the 10 crew positions. You can physically walk around the aircraft mid-flight and swap roles. You'll also need to fight fires, patch bullet holes, and repair controls when things go wrong. The missions start at historic English bases, and there you will get briefings, and you can walk out to your bomber on the hard stand, and then you and your crew can fly deep into occupied Europe. You can expect realistic navigation and bombing runs, intense fighter plane attacks, black bursts, system failures, and real battle damage. The focus in this game is about survival and teamwork, and one mistake can doom the whole crew. In a recent devlog, we got a look at the new player presence system. Your virtual hands now collide with the world properly. When you grip something, your hands adapt naturally to the controls, and interactions feel physically real with no clipping. Adding to the "you are really there" feeling inside a vibrating, battle-damaged bomber that I'm sure those of you who love VR and this sort of thing, like me, puts this on your list as a VR game to be excited for. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.